My name is Douglas B. Azar. I'm a licensed contractor in Nevada, and I own my own business in Las Vegas. And having my own shop has given me the opportunity to do studies and research and development in electrical and magnetic fields, fluid mechanics, and mechanical energy. And as a result of these tests that I've been doing, I've created a standalone utility that will protect your house when a firestorm approaches. It's a green water machine. It has solar panels that go to a big battery bank, so it'll have enough power to stay running constantly for 3.5 hours. However, it has on board a computer system that'll give you 20 different settings to choose from. You can have it run straight through, or you can make it go on and off for up to 16 hours, keeping your property moist and safe from hot embers. Now, the system has on board some gauges so that you can always monitor the level of the batteries. If one falls a little short, you simply lift up the top of the machine and add a little distilled water to the batteries, and then the batteries are hot once again. It has LED lights on here that goes to our filament lines. When one filament line is breached, it'll switch from green to red. Since you will put these filament lines all over your house, and we'll help you with a DVD to show you the best places to put them and where a fire is likely to go to help put the fire out as soon as it comes to your property, you'll be able to detect which one is broken, and they're easily fixable. Our filament lines come in a really thin line. It can be multiple colors, it can be painted. You'll wrap them all over your house, in your soffits, on your roof, everywhere that a fire is most likely to approach. We have 3 different types of filament lines for houses. We've got a really thin, low voltage one. We have a little thicker line that works with frequency, and we have a really durable, really thin fiber optic. That line can be nicked, and it'll still work. For marinas and mobile homes and track housing, we also have a different type of wire, similar to a wire in a toaster. And as it picks up the heat from the fire, it causes resistance in the line, which will then turn on the system. And in the case of marina and mobile homes, it will also work with an electric control valve, which will open sprinklers just for that zone that it's covering. Now, we also have on board, we have switches. One of the switches is for your phone. When the system is turned on, it'll dial whatever number you want. It can call you, or it can call 911. In the case of a marina or a mobile home, we recommend it calls 911 right away so that firemen can come there and put the fire out before it gets worse. It also has on board a battery charger. You can set the battery charger to where it can charge a couple hours a night, a couple hours a week, a couple hours a month, or only a couple times a year. That battery charger is to work with the solar panels to make sure your batteries are always topped off. Make sure your phone always has a good battery. With that, we have our external water tank. This is a 300-gallon tank. They'll come in 300, 500, or 700 gallons. That way, there's no delay creating a siphon from the pumping system, which has a patent that is pretty amazing in itself. But back to the external tank, it has enough water to run for between 10 and 20 minutes, depending on what your sprinkler array looks like. You might have a couple of water cannons to stop the fire from coming up a hill, or you might have up to 20 sprinklers all around your house, keeping everything soaking wet. So you'll be required to have a supply tank. Now, we'll sell supply tanks, and we'll give you plans to build a real easy-to-build supply tank that can be made to look just like your house. It can have stucco siding, so you'll never even know it was there. If you want to use your pool or your well, or in the case of a marina, use the water, you can get one of our green secondary pump systems. That'll also be a battery-powered system that will supply the external tank so that your pumping system never runs out of water. The pumping system, which has its own patent, is pretty unique. We're using a 3-horsepower motor, and we're able to achieve 62 PSIs all day long, or 62 PSIs until the batteries run dry after about 3.5 hours. We're showing the system now because we want people to know there is hope. It's on the way. In about 2 weeks, we're going to be getting our impellers that are being made on the other side of the country. That 62 psi number will go up quite dramatically. But for now, we thought it was important to show you this system. Because with 62 psi's in the system itself, will give us 32 psi's with 10 sprinklers. Now, we also have in our patent a pop-up impact sprinkler so that you can bury it in the ground or it can be put in the soffit of your house. You'll never see them, out of sight, out of mind, until they're needed. Those are coming, but for now we're showing you the system with regular sprinklers that are bought at your local hardware store. And with 10 sprinklers at 32 psi's, we can get water going from the right 20 feet to the left 20 feet, 15 feet in the air. That'll give you 40 feet span, 15 feet high. Now sprinklers go much higher than that, but that's just a solid gauge there. We have 10 sprinklers here, so that turns into a 400-foot curtain of water. So you can put a water blanket all over your property with our system. Now, to show you how the system works, you can do a fire test with a regular cigarette lighter. Once this line is breached, the system will call me and it'll turn on and it'll start showing you how that it's moving water. And the system has now been turned on. It's building up pressure.